Then I worked in this organization around 1.5 years. And I was extremely bored because by that time I finished my graduation and my friends had moved out from the city. Some of them were there in the city, but in a completely different side of the city. So we could hardly meet them, and that's why I started feeling very lonely being in Pune. And then I decided one fine day that I don't want to stay in Pune anymore. I want to go back to my hometown, Kolkata. I told my senior that I will not be able to continue, and out of 1 month of notice period I served for 15 days and I said I'm extremely unwell and can't continue, and deducted some of my salary and gave me all the letters that I needed, and I rushed back to Kolkata where all my relatives used to stay. Went there and I started staying with my grandfather, maternal grandfather, and those were beautiful days. He also enjoyed with me, I also enjoyed. And there I decided to start my career again. I wanted to work, and it was in Kolkata. There were only 2 organizations which was having BPO. One was Wipro, another was HSBC. But somehow I liked Wipro a lot, so I inquired when there will be walk-in, and then they gave me a date, and I went, and with my CV and with all my documents, I started they started the interview process around 10:30 in the morning, and it went up till 9 p.m. At 9 p.m. I was declared that I am through, and I took my offer letter and I came back home. I was very happy. My parents were equally happy with me, like me, and my grandfather was extremely excited because he never stayed with his grandchildren. All were far off, and I was only one who was about to stay, so he was extremely happy as well. So I started staying there, and in this company I met 2 people who are extremely close to my heart, and if I name them, I will have series of memories that I always cherish. Okay, and they are Shreyoshi and Sheikh Waris Ali. They both, I don't know, have left a huge mark in my heart. Shreyoshi is not in India now. She's out and she's in US now, and till date, probably once in 6 months when we ping each other and talk, we talk our heart out. And during those days, she was my only hope, as if like without her, any day if she's unwell, I used to tell her what I am going to do. Many a times even I took leave for no reason, because I felt I'll be extremely lonely without her. And Sheikh, he was not under BPO sector. He was directly, employed under Wipro Limited, and though he was senior to me in position, but he loved our company, mine and Suresh's company, and so he used to often come to us and talk, and we had a very good wavelength, and he was extremely humorous. So whenever we used to get some time, we 3 will sit together and chit chat, and a lot of things we shared. We had happy days, we had sad days, everything we sailed together. And that's why I always say that for me, for my, if I see my life, I've always received the best of friends in my workplace. So, and along with them, there were 2 more colleagues, Manojda and Joydeep. They were not exactly very close, I must say, but their humor and their work style pleased me so much that I happened to go and talk to them often. So even they were really good colleagues, I must say. And like this, I had spent a lot of time in this organization, like around 2.5 years. And one fine day, my parents called up and said that it's enough. Now you have to do your masters, because my father is an IITian and my mother, she's an MSc in physics. He says that, they always say that how can you, be just a graduate and continue your work. No, you have to do your masters. So then again, I went back to Pune and I started doing my MBA. Now in the year 2006, now I'm talking about the year 2006, 2008, when I almost finished my MBA, and we had placements happening in our college. Again, I felt myself extremely lucky and extremely proud as well, because when Spencer's came down in my college, there were 77 people who attend, approximately 77 people, I remember. We all attended the interview and I was the only one who got selected as an assistant manager HR. So that day was extremely special for me and my parents, because they felt that I did something after MBA. So that's how my MBA days were. Now after working there for some time, I got married and I came to Bangalore. And here soon after reaching, I joined a company called 5 Elements. This company was situated very far from my house where I was staying, and I used to start my day at morning 6:45 to catch the bus, and I used to come back home at 9:45. Sometimes it was even 10 o'clock. It continued for 3 months, and then again, out of impulsiveness, one day I decided enough and I'm not going anymore. Now when I had decided this, that time my mother had come down to Bangalore to stay with me for a month, because my husband was out of country, he was in Australia. So one fine morning I woke up and my mother was in a hurry to make breakfast and helping me out to get ready. And then I said, don't cook anything, I'm not going to office today and I will not go anymore. She was extremely shocked to listen to my words. She said, why? What happened? Did somebody say you something? Or have you not met any deadline because of which you're trying to skip your office? What is it exactly? I told her, just calm down. It's just that I don't want to go to this office anymore. Somehow this work, the working style and the work profile was not very appealing to me. So probably that was a thing, and even people in that company was not too friendly. So I felt there's no point staying in this company anymore, because if you don't feel good doing something, then you will not be able to continue that for a long time. So why to waste few more days? Rather stop it right now. So I decided to quit that job immediately. I just messaged them first that I'm not well and I'll let you know when I'll be joining back, and I think probably in a week's time. I just told them that I cannot, and I was not even interested to go and get the 3 months of my service certificate. And that 1 month I enjoyed with my mother to the extreme. There was no such restaurants where I did not visit. There was no such malls where we did not visit. Every day in the morning, after having breakfast, we used to go out and come back in the evening. In the similar routine, one day while coming back home, I I saw very close to my house there was one Montessori school coming up. Now, compared to offices, of course, that was very small. But if you compare different Montessori pre-primary schools, that was one of the biggest school. So that's the reason, it was so appealing that I was forced to note down the phone number, the contact number. I think the moment I reached home, I called up. It was evening time, so I was not very sure if anybody will pick up the call, but yes, they picked up, and the receptionist, she told me that okay, she took the appointment from the principal ma'am, and she gave a time the very next day. So the next day, I think it was around 11:30, 12 o'clock, she called me. I went there with my CV, and then she just had a glimpse of it, and she said that you don't have any experience in preschool or any schools, right? I said, no ma'am, I don't have any. This is the first time I am applying in a school. So then she said, have you ever been with kids? Just because you are newly married, so you will not have kids, I'm sure, but have you ever been acquainted with kids? I said, my cousin has a baby girl, and quite often I met her, but I have not been with kids for a long time. So she said, but okay, then can you tell me, do you know any rhymes? Can you tell me if you know any rhymes or not? I said, as of now, I can think of only 2 rhymes. One is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and the other one is Baba Black Sheep. Then she just smiled in such a way, in such a loving way, that I fell for her. I just fell for her, and I felt that she is definitely a very good principal ma'am, and I was very sure. Her name was Sonia Donison. I still, I'm not in touch with her, but she is a beautiful person. So finally she laughed, and then she asked me the last question, that, do you love to be with kids? And in my own way I explained her, and probably that innocence, that truthfulness attracted her. And at the very next go, she said that, Smita, you can wait for your offer letter, and I'll take you. I'll take you as an assistant teacher, not as a main teacher, because a lot of things you need to learn. And I was very happy. Somehow I was very happy, though my salary was lesser than half what I was earning, and I was still happy, thinking that okay, now I'm going to be a teacher. So that day I went back home, I told my mother, and she was extremely happy. She's as if like she wanted me to become a teacher. So finally, but to be honest, I joined it as a time pass thing. I was thinking, okay, for a couple of months I'll work, because it's for a short duration. I will have a lot of rest, and once I come back, I spend 2-3 months, then I can again get back to my HR job. But from the day I joined, I got such good colleagues, such supportive team in that school, that I stayed there for 2.5 years. Because of my principal ma'am, I had done my Montessori training as well, and I completely changed my mindset. I decided that I am not going to go back to HR job anymore. So along with my parent support, the school support, the biggest factor that worked for me was my husband's support. He was the one who told me not to run behind money and just stay where I have, finally ended up in. And he said that somehow he was extremely confident that I will have a very good career graph in the field of teaching, because he felt that I teach really well. I don't know how he felt, but he told me not to shift the line at all. He's the best man that every girl would dream of as a husband. He supported me in every step of my life, in each and every decision. That doesn't mean that he has only supported what I wanted, but he had guided me extremely well. He told me what to do, he told me what not to do, where I might fail. He knew my plus points, he knew my weaknesses. So that is the reason why he said that I will be flourishing in this field, and probably because of impulsiveness I may not have a very good career graph in HR job. So he said, and more than that, he wants some peace in the family, where one is taking care of the kid and one is working for growing the finances. So he always wanted me to be in this softer profession. Then there were days, then he also he actually forced me and made me do B.Ed, Bachelor of Education. And at that time, my son was just 1 year old. And there were so many nights where my husband took care of my son the entire night, and I was doing my projects, my B.Ed practicals, and all writings I had to do at night, because morning I never used to get time. But he did it lovingly, without any complaint, without any kind of expectations. And once I finished the B.Ed, I went and did then he forced me to go and join a bigger school. And then I joined another school called Inventure Academy in Bangalore, one very good school. There I had again met a colleague. She's just like my sister, Komal. I hope you're hearing me. Yes, Komal Agarwal. She joined, I think, few days after me, and we both gelled so much. We both had such a beautiful rapport with each other. It was just like how I used to be with Shreshi in those Wipro days. And here it was Komal. Without her, I never liked to go to school. If one day she had a planned leave, I thought of taking an unplanned leave. So like that, my days went ahead. And then to have a career growth, I joined one of the famous biggest school in Bangalore, that's NPS, National Public School. And there I had learned so much from all the teachers, from all my colleagues. They are extremely talented, extremely creative, and I tried to learn each and everything, from them. It's not only that they are always into studies, but they are one of the most fun-loving people I have also ever met. Radhika ma'am, if you're hearing, she was my mentor. I ate her head up for each and everything, and relentlessly she kept on helping me, without saying anything. Yes, because this school is strict in their work culture, so she made sure that I know everything, and very beautifully she, and I'm sure I was a good mentee as well. And along with her, in our team we had Charu ma'am and Anjana ma'am. We four of us had a very good rapport with each other. We enjoyed, I still remember, I enjoyed till the last day of my school. And along with them, even there was one teacher called Babita. She was younger than me, but at the same time extremely bubbly girl. So I always had, good set of colleagues. Little ups and downs always happens. Took it too personally, because sometimes if somebody says anything, on a particular day I take it as that it is their bad day, probably, and that's why they behaved like that. But I have always seen that the very next moment they may not say sorry or anything right on your face, but their action shows that they repent what they said and they try to make it up. So if somebody is trying to repent, I'm sure we should give them another chance. And that's how I had achieved so many good friends in my life. And after NPS, I had worked with the next school, that is my present school, Delhi Public School in Bangalore, and is again a school where each and every teachers are extremely happy, just like how students are happy being in the school. Teachers are equally happy, being here. So in this particular school, it is not just one or two colleagues who are my friends. We have gang of teachers who are very good friends. I must name all of them: Raj Kiran, Kadambini, Mohini, Ambika, Shamla, Priyota, Rashi, and Suni. We all, these are just few names, I must say, whom whom I am so close, and we have ups and downs, and we just sail it through with loads of smile in our face. And probably none of the days, we ever went back home with any kind of hard feelings for anybody, any colleague. The mentors of this school are so great. I think probably it's all the only reason why I'm saying you all this is because everybody should have a positive way of looking at things. It is definitely not true that in a workplace there are no downs and only ups. It is always a combination of up and down in the entire life cycle of your career, I mean to say. So the takeaway from this video: you do what you like, fight for what you love, and finish which is undone. Hope you all find my little story little inspiring for all of you. Remember, age is just the number. Keep smiling and spread love. And do not forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.